YouTube, y'all done brought me back to the internet. You all brought me back to live because I wanted to share what I have experienced in the last few weeks with all this wonderful information that has come out, the back and forth, the ping pong game that we've all been a part of as government contractors. And really, this video I want to do is based on information that I have, information that you all know, things that you guys have heard, and any information that you guys have as well. Because I mean, I don't even think anyone has the wherewithal or the energy to keep up with everything that has been changing, that has changed in the last several weeks. We're not even in March yet, and it has been fast and furious. So I see some of y'all are already on. Okay, please stay who you are, where you're located, because that will help as well. Because every state, we're not all created equal. We know that pretty much any time that I talk about contracting, it's going to be about federal, local, and corporate. So I would love to hear where everyone is from, because this live is for y'all, okay? Because I already know what I'm gonna do. So this live is for y'all. So let me bring up my little back office here, and let me know. I don't see anybody saying where they at. Let's see here. I'm trying to bring up my little back office. It's weird. It's not letting me do it from here. So as you can see, I put bring all evidence to the table. I don't want to hear about what you heard. I don't even want to hear about what you heard from me. Okay. Because at the end of the day, I want you all to read. And there's several reasons why I want you to read. Sometimes you're in school and you're like, why am I learning about geometry? Why am I learning about trigonometry? Why am I learning about all these different subjects that don't matter? Well, I'll tell you, I never thought I was going to need geometry, and I really did in the real world. I didn't need a whole lot of science classes, but I definitely needed geometry. So, you never really know. But I want you guys to read, because some of y'all are just going by what someone's saying, even someone that you respect, even someone that you trust, instead of reading on your own, because depending on how the person heard it is going to determine how they execute the information to you. So, for example, those who are like federal employees, of course, I was a federal employee. I have lots of friends. Can y'all hear me good? I guess you can. But I have a lot of friends that are federal employees, and so their thought process is more like, what does this mean for me as a federal employee? They're not looking at state employees. They're not looking at government contractors. They're not looking at any of those things, and so there's a lot of misinformation that's going out, and that's one of the main reasons why I started YouTube in the first place, because of all the misinformation. And I feel like it's my duty to give you as much information as I can possibly give you, and also, just try to dissect some of these things. I am not like the end all be all, and neither is anyone else, because no one really truly knows what's going to happen tomorrow, right? So we have, is it Salah crew? Salah's crew watching from Houston. Thank you. April's always a supporter. Bring Moon Creations LLC, upstate New York. I've been on my first contract, local tribe RFP, and waiting to hear. Thank you so much for sharing. SJ Johnson is in from Florida. T-Bop is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. How close is that to Philly, T-Bop? April, bidding on local, state, and federal. Keep going. Don't stop bidding. Thank you. Is it Shada Allen Wilson, Unstoppable Services, WOSB, SDV, Atlanta area. Thank you. Better Than Blessed is from Mississippi. Okay. Thank you. Mechanical Engineering. Hello from LA. And T-Bob said that Harrisburg is 2 hours from Philly. Okay, so thank you guys for checking in, and keep checking in as well, because you never know where you can make a connection. So the main reason for this is, a lot of people have come into my DM and under a lot of the videos asking, Sheena, oh my God, set asides are gone. I want to know where y'all getting that from. I want to know specifically where it says in any documentation that set-asides are gone. I'm like, maybe I missed it. Maybe I was asleep that day. Maybe I show me. I don't care what anyone says. Show me where it says. Like, I want this to be an interactive video. I need someone to show me where it says set-asides are going away. Federal set-asides. The narrative right now, of course, a lot of the things that are being said and being done by the federal government is for a lot of federal stuff, right? Some of the stuff is trickling down or suggested, as they say on the White House website, suggested that they are implementing these same things throughout the states, like each state. Now, even though we are United States, we are very much separate. If you've lived in multiple states and you know what I mean, there's some states where this law is like this and another state where this law is like this. You're like, okay, well, it's like, 20 minutes away from the border of another state and it's a totally different law. So the rules that are really being created are federal and then local, which is state, county, city, whatever. They're kind of giving each of these states their own independence, so to speak, with strongly suggesting what should be done. Many of the things that I have read, and I was going to bring up some stuff to share, and I still might, but it just gets into this long reading thing, and that's not what y'all here for, I don't think. But it's more of affirmative action that was implemented in. Let me see what time that was. It doesn't tell me what time. I forgot, like in the 60s or something like that. So affirmative action hiring plans for federal employees and federal contractors that are hiring using EO, okay? Equal opportunity, right? So affirmative action. Now, for those who have never signed a document winning a federal contract, 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, really, or even for some state contracts, there is an EO document that you have to complete. You have to fill it out saying that you have hired this many women or this many minorities. Of course, with me, it never really truly mattered because I fit all the descriptions. And so you have to have like at least one. And so since I'm at least one, it's never really been an issue for my company. But there's a document that you have to complete. Now, for those who have never won a contract, you wouldn't even know that. So it wouldn't even have really come across your purview. So, and with the federal government, right, there's a lot of people that are being affected that are federal employees. Please tell me what that has to do with federal contracting. Like, I really need to know. Okay, let me see some of these answers in here. April says, someone just called me about pricing and it was for a set aside. Just keep swimming. Thank you. Like, I'm really asking for what did I miss? Because, okay, federal, local, corporate contracting. I have gone to at least, I'm going to say the companies. ComEd, which is up in Illinois. It's an energy company that is a corporate agency, of course. They are specifically saying they are not changing any of their DEI. They're not changing any of their like local set aside goals. I went to DPR, which is a construction company, just went to that a couple of days ago. They said specifically, hey, I know everything that you guys have heard about DEI, and I know you guys are worried. We're not changing our goals. And it was actually an outreach for small and diverse businesses. I have a meeting this week with Messer, who also stated specifically, we are not changing our goals. Like, it really and truly, there's a lot of people that are being affected that are like corporate agencies for sure have some issues because they have DEI positions, DEI directives, right? So you guys let me know what you guys are hearing out here in these streets. Please put in the comments. But that's what I'm getting. I'm asking a specific question. Hey, are you taking away any of your programs that are for veterans, for women, for minorities, for disadvantaged, for small business? And again, remember, I said this in a couple of videos back talking about, whether it was the Surviving Trump video or when I had my attorneys, Carl Gibo and Letitia on. Hey, like, let me know if small business is also a set aside. Is that something that's being taken away as well? That's something that we always forget. And April, share which set aside it was for. Was it for your, I know you have tribal. So is it for tribal? Because that would be good that's interesting to see if that has also changed. Let me get some of these, like, I don't hear y'all saying nothing in here. So I just want to make sure that it's clear. So let me see. Let me go back to my little notes. And of course, when you Google something, right, it's you don't want to, okay, April, not the what agency is for, but what is the set aside? What is the actual, is it for women owned, tribal, for veteran owned, whatever? So when you Google something, of course, on Google, it's going to be more like AI, but it's going to pull from sources. So let me just see if I can share my screen real quick, because I wanted to ask a specific question. Like, I need to know. For those who haven't read anything yet, right? I asked a specific question. Are certifications going away? Right? And it says, no, the federal government still set aside contracts for small businesses, but affirmative action programs have been rolled back. Now, they've been rolled and re-rolled and then rolled back and then rolled forward. So really, from day to day, we don't know whether things are going to be, if they're going to change, if they're going to go back to the way they were. There's a lot of lawsuits that are out right now against the federal government, against Elon Musk specifically, and things that they thought they could do or they know that they're doing illegally are being changed. They're being stopped. They're being blocked. There's so many different things happening behind the scenes, and some of us are even in front of the scenes by jumping in on these class action lawsuits. So when people are coming to me saying, I'm too afraid to apply for my certification, it really hurts my heart, because you're accepting defeat when there's nothing to be defeated. There's nothing saying specifically on the SBA website. I have a friend personally that works at the SBA, and I'm trying to figure out where this narrative is coming in that people do or should not apply for certifications, or they should not go after contracts because there's no more set asides. If there's an agency specifically telling you, we are not accepting you because you're Black, because you're a veteran, because you're a woman, unless they're specifically saying that, and it's all going to be, what do they call it, fair and equitable or whatever, which is fine. Hey, I don't have no beef with that. But if the company is not specifically telling you, we are not accepting any set asides, if they're not saying that, then where is this narrative coming from? Where's it coming from? Where y'all getting this from? Okay, off my soapbox for a second. So mechanical engineering design of electronics says, I'm going to call you MEDE, Mead. I'm going to call you Mead. Let me know if that bothers you. But anyway, do you have any recommendation on how to learn how to get government contracts for new company? I got a gazillion videos. So when you're done here, go to some of my other videos and you'll see. Mechanical Mead said, my opinion is that set asides will stay, because what happens in 4 years when Trump is gone? That's one part, right? But did he ever say certifications are going away? Like, I know, there's some people who are going to have, they're going to look at it for what it's going to be, meaning, okay, if he's saying this, then it must mean this. But what is actually being said? Are they saying there are no more set asides? That's what I want to know. Like, did I miss that somewhere? I even have another gentleman that I'm going to be bringing on the channel. I'm very excited about. He works for a state as a procurement person. He's been doing procurement for 20 years. And he's like, no change. And it's for the state. So, you even think sometimes it might be something else, but it's like, or it's state. Maybe it is for federal, or maybe it is for state, but it's not for corporate, or one of those, one way, one of those or the other, where every single agency that I've talked to, they're like, no, no, some things have changed. If you watch my video that I do with my attorneys, they did say a lot of people's contracts did change. They got canceled for one reason or another. Yes, that is factual. I'm not saying that nothing's happening. I'm saying when it comes to especially set asides and not getting a contract because of your race or because your gender, I'm trying to see where that is. Okay. So let's see. Shada said, I hope I'm saying that right. Shada Allen Wilson. I'm a veteran and just got my 3 certifications last month, so I will not think it will go anywhere. So that's a good point, right? So she just got it, even though you're saying last month. So that's kind of when everything went kind of haywire, right? But that's a really good point. Now, if we feel like they're going away, Would the agency just say, okay, one day it's up and one day it's now down? That is possible because they did that with the 8A certification. That's another thing. Remind me to talk about 8A if I don't. But that's a good point. She got her certification. It's still fresh, still hot off the press. And there hasn't been anyone that said, oh, psych, taking that certification away because you're new. You're the newest. So we're going to take you away. We're going to take it away from you. Haven't heard that. So Ivan, always a supporter of the channel. Thank you, Ivan, for jumping on because he's a few hours ahead of us. So I appreciate you jumping on. He said, I just got off the phone with Toyota, a corporate agency. The meeting was for those who hold the NAVOBA certification. Those who don't know what a NAVOBA certification is, that's a veteran certification. NAVOBA is one of my favorite organizations that certifies veteran-owned businesses to work with corporate agencies such as Toyota or AT&T, T-Mobile, all these other companies that I guess are still using the supply diversity program. Okay, so that's another thing. People are grouping everything together. They're grouping affirmative action, supply diversity, and what was the other one? Supply diversity, DEI, and affirmative action into one thing, and they're not. Now, NAVOBA, I'm actually a new volunteer with NAVOBA who's going to be interviewing people. And I did ask the question, did you lose any corporate sponsors? Meaning, did any companies, obviously Toyota did not drop off, but did any companies that are wanting to partner with NAVOBA in order to get veteran-owned businesses, did you lose any of those companies? Specifically, this is a specific question I asked last week. She told me yes. Yes, there are, only because their budget was cut. Got it. That doesn't necessarily mean that they don't want to, or they might find a different way to do business with small and diverse businesses. And does everybody understand when I said, does everybody understand when I say diverse businesses? Now, if you don't, it's small businesses, just small businesses under whatever threshold, usually through the size determination through the SBA, or a minority business or a veteran business, a woman-owned business. Sometimes it's even local area. If you're in a local location, city in the city of Atlanta, then you'll be considered a diverse business. Hub zone, those types of businesses. So some of the companies are either unable, some are unwilling, or some of them are just like, the program didn't work for us. What if they're in Wyoming and there's not that many diverse businesses in Wyoming and they've been struggling to get a tree cutting company or a computer company diverse, because everyone there maybe grew up there and they're very, very free and liberal. It's a very liberal state. Maybe they've been struggling to get diverse businesses in, and it would be a lot better to use some of the mom and pop shops that are available. Like, we're looking at this really differently than how we should as business owners. As business owners, we have to be agile at all times, right? So to me, it's similar as to COVID, because we were, we started before COVID. COVID was like, bow, just punched us straight in the face. But then it ended up kind of like, okay, now we know how we're going to adjust based on this, and this. This is the new normal. And there's some things got left behind, some things got increased, yada, yada, yada. So we have to be agile. And some of you are stopping before you even start by saying, someone said that there's no set asides anymore. And I'm like, where are you getting this from? Because I'm not seeing that. Okay. So April said, I thought you said agency. I might have said agency. I'm sorry. I might have said agency. I meant to say, what was a set aside? Trying to get to a quiet spot is for ISBEE. And I don't know what that is. Let me know let the world know what that is. So Shada said the website updated where you call happy for all at one time. I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm sorry. Oh, the site updated where you can get all certifications. Yes, the SBA.gov website now allows you to get all your certifications, because it was not like that. It was not like that a couple of years ago when I used to be painstakingly doing certifications for people. It was all every which way. So now they're all on one site, and I think you can just apply, and it kind of just like says, hey, do you want to use this for, this certification, that certification? So that's pretty dope. All right. Soleil. I'm just gonna say Soleil's crew. I need help landing my first contract. I've been trying to bid on contracts, just watching videos and self-teaching, but it has not been working out very great. Just keep on pushing. And of course, this particular rant that I'm going on is about the set-asides and about, the executive orders and stuff. So, I just want to get some feedback from you all. And I guess y'all just as confused as the rest of the world, because I'm not seeing the things that are being said. And it's a little frustrating, because I started this, this journey. I could easily just not go on YouTube and teach about anything, right? I could just do what I do and continue on my path. But I really started this because I want to help people, and I want people to understand that they can do this. And so when you hear people giving up before they even start because of false information, is very, very, it actually is frustrating for me. And that's why I decided to come on live. Like, I could have been like, oh, well, bye. But I don't want to be that way. I want everyone to give it a whirl. And guess what? A lot of contracts that people win, like, listen with y'all's ears. A lot of contracts that people are winning are not set aside. Do y'all understand that there's a lot of people that win contracts because they are a small business? That's it. Total small business set aside. That's the set aside, because you are under several $1,000,000. Me being in construction, if I was to go to use that as my primary NAICS code, I have up to 34 million a year to make before I'm no longer a small business. So if I make $30 million, I'm still a small business, and I can still win a contract under the small business threshold. So that's never been adjusted. That hasn't gone away. I definitely haven't seen anything about small business. Maybe DEI and all that, but nothing about small business. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Sharon Hammond said, hey. And Dollflower said, I'm still going to stay for your course, and I'm excited. This stuff currently on shall pass. I'm just saying. Recreate Designs, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello. Going on. Yes, I got you. Yeah. So, I don't want to belabor this. If you guys got any questions for me as far as like the set asides and stuff like that, please let me know. And even, this is geared toward, most of these conversations are geared toward federal, and people are like, oh, I shouldn't get my DBE. Do you know a DBE is not a federal certification? A DBE is a state certification. I've done a gazillion videos on certifications. DBE is not a federal certification. I've even heard people say MBE, like M as in Mary, BE, minority business enterprise, saying that, oh, I'm not going to get that because there's no more federal certifications. That's not a federal certification. It's a pseudo. That's the one that's pseudo, where it could be local or corporate. It could be it's mostly a corporate certification through the National Minority Supply Diversity Council, the NMSDC. But they do have some MBEs at the local level, just depending on what state you live in or whatever. I'm sorry, my dog. No. So, anywho, any last questions for me? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. Because don't let anyone stop you from going down this path. There's a lot of you all on here. Please make sure you hit like. I don't see no likes. I don't see hardly no likes on here in my back office. All right. If you're on, and there's a lot of y'all on, hit like on this video, or share it with someone you think might find it valuable. I know I'm yelling and acting crazy, but I'm just frustrated with this whole narrative about, things that are not actually happening. When someone tells me, oh, this is happening, I'm like, show me. And even after you show me, it's probably going to be different tomorrow, the way that everything is going. Okay. And read, you could Google stuff. Some of the Google AI is going to be a little off. You can go to my favorite website, whitehouse.gov. And I'm being facetious when I say that, but it has the information listed on there. Stuff that I didn't even know would be listed. It's like a blog with all these different, with everything on there, all the executive orders, all the news updates, whitehouse.gov. You can just, you got the Trump daggone picture on here. Let me show this first. I'm sorry. Woo! Okay. Got my cage code last week. Place 2 biz so far. Anyone work with US Foods or Cisco? Look, Gorilla Garden said, anyway, so what's for dinner? He's like, I ain't worried about that. I'm trying to get this money. That's what I want everyone's attitude to be. Get to this money and stop worrying about this, that, up, down, left, right, A start. You know, really focus on I am moving forward. Period. Okay. Let's see. Still go for everything, y'all. Yes, Dollflower 7678 says still go for everything, y'all. It's going to reset in the end. And thank you, Miss Sheena. You're very welcome. And of course, one of my favorite supporters, Ivan. Keep going, my friend. The rest of y'all, go get your certs and get some money. YouTube is free 99. We know that. We know that. It's free. And don't let anyone stop you from getting to this money. There's still a lot of money out there. It might even be more in some cases where, like with Ivan, I know he got some good stuff cooking in the pot right now. And he's like, you know what? Let me think forward. That's another thing that was in the video that I had with my attorneys. Again, thank you, Ivan. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate you appreciating me. You know, there's a lot of things that we can do to be proactive. And that's a business thing, y'all. That's a regular business thing. That's regardless of who's in office. There's going to be a lot of adjustments based on who's in office right now, what's going on right now. Absolutely. I am not. I mean, I didn't vote for Trump. So, you know, just putting that out there. I don't care how anybody feel about it. I'll argue with your mama. But what I'm saying is really and truly, no matter who is in office, if you can weasel your way around to get to this money, then do that. Because that's what I've always done with any business I've ever had. I'm like, okay, started a business in a recession back in 2008. Okay, well, it's rough out here. Let me figure out how I can get to the money. So you as a business owner has to be a little more resilient and a little more flexible and a little less scary. And you need to read. You need to read, because if you don't read, how are you going to do government contracts? Please explain that to me. And y'all not reading that. My dog is going, pick it. No. Okay. She's trying to tear up my vision board. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right. SE Texas Movement said, I'm not too worried about all the media noise and the news cycle. The federal government needs the services and products of contractors. And there it is. Look, even more so. Thank you, SE Texas Moving. Even more so. Okay. And look, again, I have lots of friends who are federal employees. I was a federal employee. Trust and believe. I'm not saying this like F federal employees. Of course not. But what I'm saying is, even with some who are choosing to leave, they're like, I'm glad. No, pecan. Even some people who are like, yo, I'm taking the money and I'm leaving. I'm getting rid of the golden handcuffs and I want to go start my own thing. Who's going to replace some of these people in their jobs? You know, honestly, they rather have businesses, even if it's not our small businesses or our minority owned businesses, our diverse businesses, even if they don't want to do that, they still are going to probably have more businesses doing these services than employees. Okay. So just think about this. Think outside of the box with every single thing that's transpiring. Don't be afraid. Like, if you're gonna be afraid, honestly, this is not the business for you. Like, government contracting is not for you. Do something nice and low key and safe, like selling cups on Etsy. Respectfully, I always use that as an example. But you know, do something nice and safe and easy. Okay, because this ain't for you. It's always gonna be a little spicy in the government contracting. Okay, even if you're working with a contracting officer or whatever, there's always going to be a little spice added. Okay, my dog is about to be orphaned. Let me bring her up here so y'all can see the little devil herself. Now you need to sit down because you're making me upset. All right, so Dollflower said, I didn't either, and I'm still going to stop playing around and get about my business. Correct. And reading is fundamental. Now that I have my certification, I'm planning to get the course. Thank you for that discount drop. I told you I have an indefinite sale. I don't know why. But you know, I want y'all to do this. I don't want there to be any excuses as to why you can't do government contracting. Etsy is not safe. Look, I was about to say Etsy is not safe because my daughter used to make crock charms and sell them on Etsy, and boy, they put her through the ringer. So yes, you're right. Etsy is not safe either. Okay, ooh, do not do that. All right. All money is green no matter what your background. Correct. Correct. I'm gonna do that too and let my niece run afterward. That's right. That's right. That's right. So, oh, run your Etsy shop. Whew, I was like, these people are relentless over these $5 crock charms. But basically, yeah, I wanted to just kind of share some information. Again, read some of I had shared it maybe only on my Instagram, but I'm not sure if it was on my YouTube as well as a short. But some of the news channels that you can follow is GovCon Wire, the White House website, whitehouse.gov. A lot of the stuff is on there. The media is going to have you in a frenzy. Okay. And even again, don't listen to me. Don't listen to any other guru on the internet. Read and interpret it the way you need to interpret it. Consult an attorney. If you're already in business and you're confused and you want to know, consult my attorney. They do government contracting in real life all the time. So they have the information based on other clients that they have and what's actually transpiring. So, just do your own due diligence. Don't stop. Don't quit. Do your government contracting thing, federal, local, or corporate, and just keep moving. Now, there might be one thing that you would have to change is, asking some of these agencies, like Ivan said, he had a meeting with Toyota, and thank you for sharing that again, Ivan. Ask some of the companies that, hey, are you all still doing supplier diversity? I had a student tell me the other day that they went on a website, and right there at the bottom where it always is located, I did a video about how to find supply diversity portals within a company. And she was like, it was right there. It wasn't taken off their website or anything. So don't stop. So make sure you hit like on this video. Hit like on this video. The likes don't match the people's. And it's been consistent amount of people this whole time. So Dollflower said, have a good night, Miss Sheena. Everyone back to work. That's right. Get back to work. Y'all like and subscribe up in here. Thank you, Ivan, as always. In my opinion, with all that is going on the federal, pay attention to your state and local contract opportunities. And I got plenty of videos talking about state and local, okay? So I belabored this quite a bit. So make sure you like this video, share it with someone you might that might find it important. Check out your local websites. Contact some of the local agencies, the counties and cities, and then whitehouse.gov, GovCon Wire, etc., so they can let you know what's really going on in that day, because we never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Not even me, not even anyone else. Okay, so keep pushing. Says, what is it? Wait a minute. Keep pushing. Compu woman. I have 2 proposals in progress right now. Y'all ain't even stopping. I love this group. I like my group. My group said, bump all that. What's for dinner? So until next time, y'all, say bye to Pecan. It's your favorite veteran. Bye.